I was in college, I dated a very traditional Christian man who asked me at one point, how do you feel about after you graduated, we just immediately got married and you were a stay-at-home wife and you didn't have to work? I was honestly offended by that question because I was so passionate about this thing that I was getting a degree in that I was just so eager to enter the workforce and do this thing that I loved and get money for it. Fast forward to today, I've graduated, we broke up, I'm now working in the profession of the thing that I got a degree in, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done.
I just spent like an hour scrolling through my own TikTok videos, and honestly, I can't find a single reason why I'm not married yet.
I'd just like to clarify that I'm single by choice.
I've been crying on and off for a little bit now, and I want to be a mom so bad. Like, I want to be pregnant so bad and grow.
This miserable ideology was born from some bourgeoisie little girl who was upset because her father wanted a boy instead of her. And now millions of Western women are suffering the consequences. Women were sold this fake dream of thinking that they should be girl bosses and go and get their career and just be the greatest that they can be. Not realizing the greatest that they could be would be to be mothers and wives. And the kind of men that they would be attracted to, strong, confident leaders, are not attracted to girl bosses. So girls, it's super simple. If you're struggling to find a husband, throw off everything feminism has taught you and do all the cliche traditionalist things that the Christians have been telling you to do for years.
Here's why women regret divorce more than men. Financially speaking, women's lives get worse after the divorce, while men's get better. The standard of living for women goes down an average of 27%, while the standard of living for men goes up 10%. So you can see why women may feel that their lives get worse after divorce because their standards of living go down while their ex-husband's standard of living goes up.
I had a man say to me once that the reason that he likes dating younger women is because they're not so angry. He literally was like, I like younger women because they're still so sweet. Like, yeah, babe, it's a lack of experience with your literal gender. They don't know.
Hey man, if that's the case, fine by me. The fact still remains.
Oh, yet. Nobody likes an angry woman, right? It's okay to be a little angry, though.
So if she's saying the more women deal with men, the angrier they become, then it makes a lot of sense. You kind of sold me even more on dating younger women. Thank you.
Men are pathetic and have low self-esteem, and as a female, if you ask them out or give them a compliment, like, you're making wonders for them.
Well, yeah, that's true, because most men never have the experience of a woman asking them out, so they'll probably remember that for the rest of his life, whereas most women get asked out so frequently they don't even remember it later that day.
It makes them feel special, and everyone wants to feel special. It's like, that's also why females like when men approach and they don't necessarily want to approach men, is because, like, it feels good. And also asking someone out is, like, extremely terrifying for a lot of people, especially men.
What you're saying is that women are privileged.
No, I would say...
Of course they are.
Okay, well, yes, but...
A few moments later.
You guys are all just, like, really misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny?
I don't know, I don't like this.
I'm just asking how you define misogyny. Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that the...
No, I'd like to go home, if that's allowed.
Because I asked about how you define misogyny?
Women.
You're gonna lose it when I tell you that I'm a whore.
He kicked you out because you were sleeping with someone else.
Okay, but at 23, everyone's a hoe. Ho, 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 ho. Everyone's a hoe at 23.
Oh, no. Oh.
Everyone's a hoe.
No.
Oh, y'all so proper. What do you guys do behind closed doors? Come on now. What do you guys do behind closed doors?
Whoa. No, we're not doing that. No. I don't know why you're into this, but we're stopping it right now.
What do you bring to the table?
I'm not going to answer this question. This is just something that I wouldn't answer in a date. I'm not going to
Sure,
answer here.
fine.
I'm not going to answer how many books I've read.
Okay, what do you expect men to bring to the table?
Integrity, clarity, consistency, strong connection to divinity, not necessarily religion, but some kind of purpose-based lifestyle.
So what is the female equivalent of that?
The same.
Then why wouldn't you just say that at the table when he asks you?
Excuse me. Can I have your attention for just a moment? Thank you.
I'm moving too fast. Say like 20 years ago, I was not necessarily against marriage.
Yeah.
I could even see it. Okay, be careful not to, be in a whatever common law state, protect your assets. If you're not going to have kids, all right. Now, I'm adamantly against marriage. You are an absolute fool if you're a man to get married. Yeah. There's no reason to do it. It is only downside, and the risks are tremendous. I always talk about, do you want the chocolate ice cream or the strawberry? You try chocolate, you find out you really want strawberry. All right, you didn't get your best ice cream. This ruins your life.
Yeah.
It cripples you financially and drives a significant percentage of men to self-deletion.
True.
And this is not a joke. This is not it's a phase or a fad girls are going. No, you need to respond to this now.
Toxic girlies, I just found out something new. If you have someone's number saved in your phone, then when you go to Instagram and you type in their first name, they will be one of the first suggestions that Instagram gives you. I didn't know this. I just found this out.
This is for the moms that yell at their kids every day even though they woke up that morning and promised themselves they weren't going to. This is for every mom that is holding their babies when they fall asleep and you start crying because you feel like shit because you yelled all day and you're convinced you're fucking up your kids. This is for every mom that is trying to parent through a pandemic and you feel like you're failing every single day. This is for the mom that loves their kids so much, is battling her own mental health through this whole pandemic, and you know that you're not the best mom you could be right now, and that eats you up inside because you know you can be better and you've been better. You are not alone. We are all in this together. I see you. I am you. And we are good moms. We are navigating through something no one has ever done before. There's no advice. There's no manual. This is new. You're doing amazing. I love you. Keep going. We got this.
Single dads do raise kids too, but why aren't you seeing them crying about how hard it is? Because no one's going to bail them out. While these women crying on camera are doing it as a Batman signal for simps and/or attention. Back to the video. She claimed that single moms are good moms. No, they're not. Good moms stay with the kid's father and don't have kids out of wedlock. Not let Jose hit it from the back in the bathroom at a senora party. Another point, majority of these single moms crying on TikTok are also sad because they're coming to the realization that they can't as easily be HOEs while having to take care of kids as they thought they would. Because when they finally have that little time to themselves, they're too tired for even a quick BJ. They realize they can't do it all. Most of the comments are single moms crying about how hard they have it, so we'll read a couple. The top comment says, "No one talks about the postpartum depression, and when you're alone, all you do is cry, I'm that girl, it's a struggle. Yeah, I'm sure it's very hard to collect alimony and be given half a man's net worth for spreading your legs or saying I do at the altar. The only time women lose in divorce is when the man has his money in a trust fund, or the most common reason, the single moms have kids from Chad and Tyrone who are usually broke. Or they screw the whole neighborhood and don't know who's the real father. So not going to feel bad for these modern women, especially when it's them who 80% of the time file for divorce." Next comment comes from a single mom. "We get more strength and support from strangers than our own family. I needed this so much. Thank you. Love my 3 kids. # single mom." By strangers, she means women on social media cheer each other on to get a divorce so they can have another HOE phase. They convince each other that the standard rules of a regular relationship is oppressive and they're happier being a single mom. The other women are dumb enough to fall for it and play stupid games to find out. A chick comments, social media fills everyone's head that being a mom just includes a cute baby, and it's all a walk in the park, but there's so much more. Yes, it is. It's more like they glamorize being a single mom or a boss lady, and yes, as the comment pointed out, raising kids. Kids need two parents, because one person can't do it all. Why do these bird brains think the traditional nuclear family has lasted for thousands of years? Because it's the most efficient family unit. The man hunts or goes to work while the woman gathers or cooks, cleans, and raises the kids.
If you don't have a husband, you are almost guaranteed to enmesh with your child and overparent, especially if it's a son. And I'm not picking on single moms here, but I want to note something because I love you. Because if you have a husband, he's going to take some of your time and energy. If he's not there, where does all your time and energy go? To your son. And it's hard to see them as an adult because they've only been your little boy. I can show you statistically, I've done the data analysis, single motherhood and young men who are failing to launch, it is a corresponding graph. Because when there's a dad in a home, he's like, differentiation, you need to go. That's my wife, get a job. And that's what dad does. If dad's not there, then the boy thinks, well, mom's always taking care of me. I'm signing up for a lifetime supply of mom taking care of me. And that's what we're seeing with a whole generation of young men.
Women who want to get divorced should be shown this video and the rest of the statistics about kids raised by single mothers, which more than likely will fail at life. Over 90% of the prison population comes from single mothers, which includes people who violate others without their consent. Most strippers come from single mom homes, which includes OF performers and then actual night walkers who end up having to give $20 BJs at the side of the road, just to eat every day after they hit the wall. I'll give a lot of these women some benefit of the doubt, because the whole gynocentric dictatorship glamorizes single motherhood, from TV shows to popular single mom influencers who make enough money online to hire a nanny from a poor country to do their own parenting job. So if a mother sees all of this and still divorces, she never cared about the kids in the first place. To sum up what he's saying is that single moms raise mama's boys and Madden kings. They're more likely to be losers because the mom babies them their whole life. What do the commenters have to say? But first, let's read what the pastor wrote in the video description. Are you a single mom? I love you. I'm praying for you. You don't have an easy job. Let's try to set your kids up for success. The video is great, but one of the reasons why churches are no good anymore is because these pastors simp to get single moms. Heck, most of their congregation are single moms in some communities, so they'd go broke if all the single moms left. Why? Because they too get a cut of the child support and alimony through church donations, where people put money in a plaque and pass the donation money around. This is why in the video description, he's not telling single moms that they have sinned because divorce is a sin. And to fully repent, the single moms need to correct their mistakes and get back with the kid's father. That would be a more responsible thing to say. That would be the best way to quote-unquote set their kids up for success. Top comment says, some of the most emotionally mature men I know had single mothers. Yeah, that's some bull. By emotionally mature, she means the biggest simps out there. The guys with the weakest spines who let women walk all over them and put up with the women's BS are more likely to be raised by a single mom. A mature man will put his foot down and stand strong with conviction because his strong father taught him some game and helped him become a man. And so most of these comments are single moms out the woodwork claiming their kids are successful. Single mom, 22 years. I have a daughter and a son. They stand on their own because I raised them to be independent. Strange. Some of the best young men were raised by single mothers, including mine, a college graduate and strong man. By looking at these comments, the average female is going to think being a single mom is a viable option, when at the best, the exception doesn't make the rule. If all these single moms are miraculously telling their truth, that still doesn't negate the stats that 90% or more people in prison come from single moms. Sure, the single mom's kids can end up having a career or job, but their dating life is going to be a mess. The boys will be cheated on while the girls will sleep around. Another comment. Except my ex-husband is lazy and doesn't do anything with our son besides video games. I am the one who takes him to all of his sports, pay for everything, and encourage his goals. Dad isn't the answer. No, the dad she picked wasn't the right man because it sounds like she had kids with a loser. Like picked a Chad past his prime, who works as an assistant high school football coach and she only cared that he was over 6 feet tall and has some square jawline. She thought she could change him because then he'd be the perfect man, only to find out he used her for a free ride, and because he's broke, she can't collect shit in child support or alimony. So fathers will always be the answer, and picking the wrong one is the exception, not the rule. Finally, a man keeps it real in the comments. As the son of a single mom, I can attest to this. My mom hated my independence, then shunned me when I left the house. She wonders why we aren't close. How do you know those moms praising their own sons aren't disowned by them as well? Single moms can be a sobering moment for the boys who are intelligent and aware enough about what's going on. They see all the shortcomings because they have to live with it, and then on top of that, deal with the emotional blackmail of their mom trying to make them into a son husband.
Question for the guys. Why didn't you marry her? Or why don't you marry her?
Because she didn't earn it. You know, I speak for the men when I say a failed marriage is a loss for men. It drastically changes your life for the worst. And all men really ask is that you're at least worth the risk. You know, there are these BS concepts on this site, like a man will waste years of your life while looking for the girl of his dreams. Like, no. A man will spend years in a relationship waiting for you to become the girl of his dreams because he's already pretty much chosen you for that position. All he wants is for you to unlock that next level of commitment. But that will require humility. That will require you to let go of this take me as I am mentality, because I can tell you, a man that doesn't respect himself will take you as you are. He won't require you to prove yourself. But a man that respects himself, a man that's masculine, a man that has any respect and reverence for the Most High will make you earn the prestigious position of wife. If you haven't earned it, you won't get it.
I don't even know where to begin. Okay, what I was counting with my fingers was the amount of bullshit that I heard. Let me be very clear about some things, ladies. It doesn't take a man all day to know. No man that I know that is happily married told me it took me years to figure out if she was the one. No, it takes him a little bit of time to make sure he's correct. But if he wants to marry you, he's going to marry you. These words like earn, unlock the next level. What the fuck is this, a video game? No, this is your life, women. And if you want to sit back and let a man waste years and years and years, he will. Because let's not even talk about the marriage side of this. Let's talk about the staying single side of this. If he gets rid of you and he gets a chance to keep another woman in the same type of relationship, then what is he losing? As long as you're willing to stick around, fuck, suck, smile in his mama's face, be nice, eye candy, keeping his bed warm, cooking and cleaning, why would he tell you to go away? As long as you want to sit around and you be stupid, he's going to let you sit around and be stupid because it's beneficial to him. As devastating for a man as it is to get a divorce, it is that devastating for a woman. And when you sit there and try to jump through these hoops and you always have these expectations on you, and he wants you to, I want you to dress a little bit more like this. I want you to, learn how to cook a little bit more like my mama. I want you to get to the next level because I'm about to tell you all these things I need for you to fix before I marry you. He's not the one. It's not about that you shouldn't evolve in a relationship, but you should not be changing who you are authentically to get a ring, because you're going to end up with the wrong person because you're no longer your authentic self because you wanted to be married so bad, and this man done hopped you through every hoop under the sun, and if he does put a ring on it, it's not going to last because you're now no longer who you are. You're who he wants you to be. And this expectation of him sitting around waiting for you to turn into who he needs you to be is also some crazy on his level. No, ladies, that's not how this goes.
This is a so-called female dating coach. Guys and gals, never take dating advice by single women. They don't know anything. They'll give guys tips on how to be a simp and girls tips on how to be a baddie or boss lady, which will drive all the men of value away. To be fair, the thought coach in this video is kinda right, but not the way she thinks. Men need to choose better and stop trying to make an HOE out of a housewife. If the chick doesn't do wife duties in a long term, getting married isn't going to magically change her into a dutiful wife. Marrying a modern woman who doesn't do wife duties is rewarding her for doing the bare minimum, so of course, men are wasting away their life trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. If she's not doing wife duties in a committed relationship, move on and find someone that will. Become a passport bro to a traditional country and you'll find a woman who will want to be a wife and be married and raise kids, and more importantly, value you and what you bring to the table. That's why she'll submit, because you're providing her a good deal. The ability to be a homemaker. No point in looking for a needle in a haystack in the US or any of the Commonwealth countries, when right when you get off the plane in a traditional country, you'll see women more qualified to be wives than Western women. This goes to every man watching. Stop trying to convince modern women to be wives. It's a waste of time and they're used goods anyways. Let's see the comments. A comment says, women always gotta audition to be a wife, but they feel they don't as a husband. I don't want to be stuck with BS either. This sounds like projection. The only time that statement is true is when these females are trying to lock down the men they're not qualified for. Most men act like a husband while it's the women, especially modern women, who feel like they don't have to be the wife. Remember, these women sing Cardi B's WAP song, especially the lyrics. I don't cook, I don't clean, but guess how I got this ring? Chick comments, meanwhile, he's single. As if that makes his statement wrong. It proves his statement right, and that's why he's single, because he hasn't found a quality woman yet. But just wait till he tries the passport bro route. Then he'll find a lady of quality, better looking for the fraction of the cost, while this chick will still be single, playing gotcha tricks on the internet to feel empowered. Another comment, this reeks of servitude. And that's why modern women aren't getting married, because they conveniently leave out, ignore, and or diminish the fact that the man does the working part of the traditional relationship. The man makes sure the bills are paid, so of course the wife should serve him if he's keeping a roof over their head and putting food on the table. But these modern women tell on themselves because they only want to be trophy wives. They want to live a vacation lifestyle or do the least amount of work. Or they want the mythical Beyonce power couple lifestyle, which barely exists and isn't the best way to raise kids because the kids aren't getting raised. They're being neglected so the wife can have a meaningless career and drive a new Audi.
Tell me you've been single a long time without telling me you've been single a long time.
If I told you that in the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, there is not a single scene where two woman characters speak to one another, would you believe me? What if I told you that Princess Leia is the only woman character with a name in the 5th episode of Star Wars? What if I told you that even Finding Nemo only has 2 lines of dialogue between 2 characters that are girls for the entire film? It is well known that women are underrepresented in the film industry, but sometimes it goes over our heads just how underrepresented we are. This brings me to the Bechdel test. The Bechdel test is an extremely basic feminist test for movies. In order for a movie to pass, it must have 2 women with a name in it. Those women must talk to each other, and their discussion must be about literally anything other than a man. I'm willing to bet you'd be shell-shocked at some of the movies that fail this extremely simple test. For example, of all 3 of the Toy Stories, only one of them actually passes. If you want to find out which Toy Story passes and why some people argue that Mulan doesn't even pass this feminist test, click the link in my bio and check out my most recent YouTube video on the Bechdel test.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you get?
Y'all, it's 2023, okay? The default is gay. I'm assuming you're LGBTQIA until you come out to me as straight. That's it.
No one's gonna stop me from having my mental breakdown. It's mine. I earned it.
So, I'm supposed to get my kids tomorrow night. Or tomorrow day. And their father just called me and asked if they could go to the beach because they were supposed to go when he picked them up. It's whatever, long story. You know, of course, the demon, evil part of me wants to be like, no, they're my kids, it's my time. But the good side of me has to do what's in the best interest of the kids, and they really want to go to the beach, and I gotta let go. And I did, and it just hurts so bad because, you know, as much as I'm strong and I have fun on lives and TikTok, I look forward to those little boogers.
I would never go hunting, but I absolutely will terrorize men for sport.
This feminism movement is really designed for the breakdown of families. And what does that mean for a female? It means that you end up being single, that, you know, the system then will support you to a certain extent, but now You have to work. You're having to pay the bills. You're single. You're stressed out. A man is needed in the family setup. The system is not a man. It's not a replacement for a man. Ultimately, you're going to be left in a bigger situation where you're by yourself, raising your kids, struggling to live, struggling to work. For a Muslim woman, our disposition, our fitra, is that we need to be looked after. We need to be nurtured. We need to be provided for. Allah Quran, the men are the protectors and the maintainers of the women, and we're the bent rib. So we can only manage and handle so much as women. It really, long term, is going to do more harm than good, and it is damaging for you.
You only ever think about yourself.
It's not true, Mom.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence, and I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do, because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
She means she doesn't like manginas who wear dresses and paint their nails and crosses their legs because their balls are non-existent. Almost like when modern women try to be like men. They're loud, they swear, don't shave, they look like an 80s hacker. Now she knows how we feel. These feminists always talk about how they want men to be vulnerable, but that only works in the movies. It's Hollywood feminist fantasy. So once the man does it, she'll lose attraction for him and start looking for a new man. Then find that new man, convince him to become a tampon for her tears, and then moves on after the emotional moments they have that finally turn her off. Rinse and repeat. And back to the theme of the video, this is what most modern women want. They want the benefits of traditionalism without the standards. Also, she's not special, and this isn't the new revelation. This is what 99% of modern women want. They want a man to pretend they're quality women and not 304s and treat them like they're high quality women. And I've got bad news for her and every other delusional feminist thought. That traditional man they're hoping to find is going to be with a traditional woman. He's not going to waste his time on a feminist like her. She's used up and she has mental problems. What she qualifies for is a one-night stand, if that. But she needs a current STD test, mental health screening, credit report, a debt-to-income statement, reviews from her last 3 boyfriends, and the list of prescriptions she's on. Top comment says, easy fix, lower your standards. She's acting like she has the same value to a beautiful 18-year-old virgin bride. I'm sure she'd laugh at the fat loser who lives with his mom and wants to only date supermodels. A simp comments, people in the comments being obtuse. It ain't hard for a man to respect women and their independence while still being a gentleman. And she responds, that's all I'm asking for. You literally just hit the nail on the head, lol. And someone responds, I mean, you're right, it's very easy for us to be both. The question is, does such a man want you? Exactly. There's a reason why she's single and making this SOS video on TikTok. If she qualified for such a man, she'd have him by now. Another great comment. I want a traditional man without being a traditional woman, LOL. Hit the nail on the head. A traditional man is going to be grossed out by her tats and piercings and masculine attitude. A trad man also works a hard job so he can have a stay-at-home trad wife. More great comments. All of the benefits, none of the responsibilities. Summary, I want everything, but I don't want to give anything. This is modern women for you. They're spoiled and entitled. You heard it from her. She's dated these types of men in the past before. It's not like she's never had this opportunity. She's had it multiple times, and I'm pretty sure she ruined all of her chances. Most men will never have a chance with a quality woman in America. Yep, these 304s have all the chances in the world. That's why you should never feel sorry for a single modern woman feeling lonely, because she's wasted a lot of men to get to the point where all her bridges are burned. And her feeling lonely or sadness is that realization that she fucked up. And then lastly, the comment that sums up feminism perfectly. Is it not a red flag to you that men that share your ideologies and values don't seem to be providers or protectors? That should tell her, feminism is all BS because her body responds to masculine traits. It knows what she needs for a great relationship. It's just that it's her feminist programming from the indoctrination that's keeping her single and toxic. Sorry, it's too late. Cats need adopting at the animal shelter, and pick up a couple cases of wine on the way home.
Oh, look, she put her kid's initials in her bio, even though she doesn't have custody. Girls' night out. Mama needs a break. A break from what? She posted a selfie. Hashtag mom life. Bitch, where? Oh, wow. Look, she actually took a picture with her kid. Must be at grandma's house. In a new relationship. Third one this month. Shocker. I mean, hey, at least you don't gotta worry about men being in and out the kid's life, because, you know, she ain't even in the kid's life, so. Here come the quotes. Why is it always Harley Quinn and Joker quotes? Real love is when you see the dark parts of someone and choose to still love them. Girl, go love your kid. Went to the store and saw this tiny baby onesie. OMG, baby fever. Yeah, because that's what we need. Another kid for your mama to raise. Oh, they broke up. Forever alone. Well, you know, you wouldn't be alone if you went and got your kid. So. Why doesn't anyone love me? Oh, I don't know. Why don't you love your kid?
A lot of these 304s only do something for their kid or kids if they're recording videos or taking photos for IG or Facebook. Otherwise, they couldn't give a rat's ass. After all, they only had the kids for the child support checks. That's their career. Not to produce anything of value in the world, but to baby trap a man and have the gynocentric doctorship collect the child support. And I hate to spoil the fun about deadbeat Facebook moms, but all single moms are deadbeats whether they're on or off Facebook. A commenter points out, I know several moms like this and it's on point. Sadly, this is more common than the stay-at-home mom. Until we stop rewarding bad decisions with welfare, nothing is going to change. Our society is doomed. Another comment. No, because why are there people heart reacting their posts saying, OMG, you're such a good mama? Where? Yeah, the other deadbeat single moms will cheer each other on with these types of comments. It's one big thought circle jerk. Oh god, the Harley Quinn and deadbeat mom correlation. I never linked, but so true. If she likes Harley Quinn, that's a red flag. That's the crazy 304 anthem. Our society is so screwed that there are real-life Joker gangs called Antifa. They color their hair, have serious mental problems, many of them are crazy, and they're the villains in real life. They create anarchy, and most importantly, they're the spawn of feminists and single moms.
So it's day 2 of trying to make 10K in 8 days. It's 8:42 and I'm about to get on the floor. I didn't know what I wanted to do and I didn't have time to mention it in the last video, but I decided, so that's my new challenge. I'm leaving the country and going on vacation for a month, and I'm leaving on January 11th, so that's why I'm doing this challenge. I'm trying to make as much money as I can before I go. I went on stage, so that's my first set, and it's all from one guy, because there's like nobody here. There's like 2 guys, I think, but this guy's literally here like every day. And he usually never ever gets dances. He only tips on stage, but if you give him attention, he'll tip you a few dollars. And we need that guy, I guess, you know, for nights like this. I would have made $0. I mean, like starts like this. But yesterday he got a dance with me for the first time ever. He came to me and asked me for it, so that was interesting. So that's what I got, and he's been giving me a little more and more slowly. It used to be like $3, $5. Now this looks like, I don't know, like 10 or 15. It's 15. Alright, so it's 10:20 and I did 1 topless, so I'm still 140 away from my house fee. And we close at 2 a.m. Stage from the same guy. Second stage. Alright, so I finally made my house fee and it's $11.28, but I haven't really made much money yet, so we close at 2 a.m., so we'll see. I went on stage, I did pretty good. Okay, so I angled it like this because my outfit. But anyway, Stage was pretty good. There's like a few guys. I haven't really done any other dances besides making my house feet. And it's 11:56, so we'll see. Yay, it was so good. Stage number, whatever this is. Alright, so I'm finally back home. Tonight was pretty good for me. I found some good customers, and yeah, this is $100 that I already counted. This is 45. I got 800 on Zelle, and then this is 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 70, 85. So in total I made $12.30. So I'm pretty happy about that, and I'm hoping to make my goal for these 8 days. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I honestly never understood the appeal of strip clubs. Why would you want to be next to other horny and sweaty men watching attractive women dance on a pole? And you have to give them dollar tips. That's like being hungry and having to give the store dollar bills just to watch the roast beef in the rotisserie even cook. X-rated content is for free. If you're going to pay a woman to dance on you, might as well pay for the whole thing and rent a hooker. Do these simps really truly think these pole dancers will one day come home with them? They don't even give these simps their phone number after making a couple of grand off of them. Someone asks, maybe you've answered this, how much is your house fee and what does that include? The pole dancer responds, the house takes the first 160 I make in dances and then it's 50-50 split after that. Damn, the house is straight pimping her. 50%? The fuck? Is that normal? I can see 10%, but 50% of what she makes? OnlyFans takes 20%. If my math is right, the club takes a bigger cut of the money she makes? That sounds like they're robbing her. They are real pimps. That blows my mind. Another dancer comments, I love dancing. I usually bring home anywhere from $700 to $1,500 was my highest, but just depends on the night. Damn, these simps are the worst. And that's not quote-unquote dancing, that's stripping. Dancing would be like tap dancing on Broadway or being a background dancer for a pop singer. It's the same thing women hookers call themselves working girls. Nah, B, you're a whore. You're not filling out paperwork, you're laying on your back and spreading your legs, HOE. Someone claims, Zelle can be refunded at any time. They can pull their payments back. Damn, is that true? I can trick a trick? According to Forbes, you can. It says, Zelle users who lost money to imposter scams are starting to receive funds from financial institutions that participate in the money transfer service. So if you claim a thought is a scammer, like most of them are, then you can get a refund. And if you're wondering what this stripper fully looks like from the TikTok, here's her in a couple of outfits.
This is one of my all-time faves. This one looks really good on stage because it glows. I love this one because it glows. I love this one because it's bedazzled and it was so expensive. I haven't worn this one in a while, but I think it looks really good on me. I also have this in hot pink and I love it because it glows and makes my ass look really nice.
Hey, quick question. What's the sexuality called when you're attracted to men and women, but neither are attracted to you? What's that called?
Hi, that is a very good question. I believe it is called by yourself.
Hey, bestie! You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Siri, why am I single?
Maybe if you'd stop being a stupid bitch and reply to the people that actually show interest in you instead of chasing someone that you know is.
Transphobes really should be more selective of who they choose to accuse of being a trans woman in front of their kids, because their kids are 100 times braver than they are, and they will just ask the person you accused of being a trans woman if they are a trans woman. and then they'll rat your transphobic ass out for accusing that woman of being trans because she does all of her own lawn mowing. Which is when your kids are going to take the opportunity to come ask that person whether or not she's trans.
Okay, if you're Scott D. Henry, pause this video and then watch it.
I did.
If you are not Scott D. Henry, this is none of your fucking concern.
We'll bleep it out.
Scott. Now that I have your attention.
What's up?
Is there any way that, like, you can quit your day job and teach a class on how men should act and how women should be treated?
I'd love to.
I'm 31 and I'm from Chicago,
Okay.
and these men are saying that they're like 30 plus, but they somehow start acting like kids. Like, do I need to change their diaper? Do you need a bottle? So if all the guys can get a lesson from you, I think this world would be great, and I think I would.
Scott D. Henry is part of a married couple influencers, so what he and his wife post are skits and videos that portray a happy couple image. It's his job to be a likable husband on TikTok. That's how he makes money. Women don't really know if he's a good man or not. They think he's a good man because he allows his wife to be on social media, and that's what they want. Not only do they want the loyal alpha, but they also want him to be okay with them not paying the full relationship price. So, these modern women asking him to tell men what to do is like kids giving the Santa at the mall a list of what they want for Christmas. Also, most of his followers are women, single post-wall women, so if he does tell men how to act, not a lot of men are going to see it. What do the commenters say? His TikToker wife comments, CEO of being the best man out there. He responds, babe, only because you make me feel that way. How could I not have confidence and be happy with you as my wife? They're doing the public PDA PR bullshit. It's so fake and annoying, yet these dumb modern women are buying it up. Hook, line, and sinker. A post-wall comments, Scott D. Henry's boyfriend boot camp. Let's go! No amount of class is going to get a great guy to commit to someone like the commenter. Her and every other post-wall's value isn't high enough to be treated right by a great guy. Besides, most men of quality are going MGTOW. Another chick commented, yes, all of this. And also teach them how to be gorgeous like you, thanks. How dumb can these women get? Scott is a bona fide Chad who was born with good looks and an NBA height of 6'7". That's 1% of the population on Earth that's 6'5" or above. He also has enough sense to feed modern women what they want to see, because he makes money off of them. This Chad they see on TikTok doesn't exist in real life.
Accepting that you are most likely going to be alone for the rest of your life is a really hard pill to swallow. And it's not even because there's anything wrong with me or that I am not deserving. I'm just tired. I've spent most of my life recovering from men who have caused so much trauma. My physical brain cannot handle anymore. It is always in survival mode. It is always in fight or flight mode. My brain has never fully recovered from the trauma that has been caused. I meet guys and I feel like I'm constantly looking for a reason to not trust them because I have never experienced a good man before. Like, I've never been in a good, healthy relationship. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what to look for. I don't know what is normal. I've never experienced normal. How am I supposed to know? And now I'm 37 and every man that I meet is disappointing and doesn't add value to my life, doesn't make me happy, and I just don't want to settle anymore. How do I know if someone is the one? I mean, is there something wrong with me? I question it all the time, but I know that I'm just fucking traumatized. What does a loving man feel like? What does a healthy relationship feel like? What does it feel like when you have found your person? I I've been in so many relationships, long relationships, and no one has ever added value to my life or made me feel like I was enough. And it makes me sad that I have never gotten to experience this. It genuinely makes me sad. But I just don't know if it actually exists. So I will probably be alone. And that scares me, but I am slowly accepting that this is probably my fate. And I need to learn to love myself, and I need to tell myself that that is enough, that I don't need a partner to be whole. And that is my journey right now. I'm not an expert. I am not putting expert advice into the world. This is just my journey and what I'm going through right now. And if you're going through the same, you're not alone. I don't know, maybe that's my purpose, to learn to be on my own and let others know that it's okay.
To answer her question, there is something wrong with her. She's well past her prime, and any man that measures up to her super high standards is trying to get a 20-year-old version of her to commit. She definitely had her chances to find true love when she was younger. She passed them up or picked the wrong men. It's not like she was a nun most of her life. Top comment says, the fact that there is 95k likes and this video has been shared 9,000 times. She responded, I know, it says a lot. Shows the single women epidemic. I'm 37 and trying to accept I'll be alone forever. I meet toxic men. I feel this. Another chick responded, I'm 40 and I'm trying to recover yet again from another toxic man who cheated and having a baby with another woman. This is because these women are going for the top 10% of men when they're not qualified to be in a relationship with these men. And they're surprised when they find out they're a lay or part of these men's rotations. My peace has become too valuable. I'd rather be alone than be with someone who offers me nothing. Sad thing is, women aren't built to be alone. They're going to be miserable without that validation from the man they truly respect. Another responds, exactly. I've been alone since 2018 and I'm the happiest I've ever been. No headaches, anxiety, and more money to spend on myself. This is hilarious. She's acting like women are the ones who spend money on the dates. Even someone like her wouldn't want to go Dutch. And this is extreme cope. Yes, they may be glad they don't have to compete for the top men out there, but that's the reason why modern women are in this position. They give the top men sex for no or very little commitment while they make the great guys wait for a month and jump through hoops. Another chick commented, embrace it. When women are just going to start living in little communities together as retirees taking care of each other, and I'm here for it. Maybe that is a good idea. The single, bitter women can be quarantined in some retirement home away from society. The women in the video responds, I'm so here for that. These women aren't lesbians. They're going to get extreme withdrawals from not getting dick. These are the men the woman in the The text on the video reads, the new guy asked me why I'm so scared to be in a relationship. My track record, ex number 1, kidnapped me when I tried to break up with him. Ex number 2, the Marine who was sentenced to 6 years of prison. Ex number 3, the Italian mobster who left a jar of teeth on my doorstep. Ex number 4, the Jersey Shore cop who cheated with over 20 women. Ex number 5, the scam artist who was living a double life. Ex number 6, the bipolar reality TV star. Ex number 6, which should be 7 but the bitch is dumb, the narcissistic celebrity. Maybe you should just read the book. And her video description explains the book reference. We all love a good story. My life has many. Men don't want a well-seasoned woman. That means she's used up. This isn't the same a man who's been through trials and tribulations to become a man. Men build value while women preserve value. Oh yeah, and this bitch got to date a real-life celebrity, yet still ended up empty-handed. 99% of men will never even share the same room as a female celebrity, yet alone date one. And it goes to show these women want to be with celebrities without the consequences of being with one. A celeb is most likely going to be full of himself. he's going to get the attention of most women. Society caters to him, so of course it's his way or the highway, and of course he's going to think he's the king of the world. What she was mad about was that he had the upper hand. She had to do things under his terms or she gets replaced with a younger, hotter woman. Leonardo DiCaprio dumps women when they turn 25. No ifs, ands, or buts. They can be the best girlfriend, yet he's replacing them with someone younger. And yet knowing this, these broads still opt to hang out with him on his yacht. What do people think about this? Top comment says, "Looks like you got a type." She responded, "Did." More like she was their type until they moved on. Another chick commented, "Wait, I know this is a book which I obviously have to read, but this is actually based off of your life or a dramatization because nobody has that much." She responded, "No, I wrote a book for a reason. My life story is pretty unbelievable." This chick didn't accomplish anything. She just spread her legs to criminals and celebrities. Sure, it might be a great read like a rom-com. Another comment, "Older men, mature, smart, caring, treat you right." She responded, "I've dated older men. They weren't any better, lol." It looks like she's the common denominator then.
Who's right here?
So I need everyone's opinion on this. I was talking to a guy yesterday and he was telling me I can have these two things with looking for a man. And I call bullshit. So I said, I'm looking for a man who can take me fishing. Easy. And who can do the deed right. He's literally told me I can't have both. That those two things do not come in one package. Seriously? How is that a thing? Or not a thing, I should say. So I believe there's good men out there. They may live on the East Coast and not near me, but someone around me somewhere has to be a good man. So please explain this to me. Who's right?
She wrote in the video description, "Who's right, me or the dude?" He's wrong in the sense that they do come in one package. That is, doing the deed means great in bed, but they're just not checking for her. These great guys are looking for great women who aren't on social media and aren't has-beens like her.
Yes, I'm a mom, but wait a minute.
She's an overweight single mom with a kid from a black man because in a post, it shows a black man standing next to her when she was giving birth. So if she's looking for white men to commit to her, none with those qualities will want her because the kid is going to tell them they're the second best to Tyrone. And if she's looking for black men with those qualities, they're even harder to find. They're either taken or committed to someone else. Let's read the comments. A chick comments, "Girl, you deserve it all. He's clearly just not the one if he can't get on your level." Next. No, she doesn't deserve all. Only virgins who save it for marriage do. And the level, being an overweight single mom is actually below most men in sexual value. Women have a false sense of reality and expectations because other women lie to them. It's one big modern woman circle jerk. Tons of guys in the comments sections qualified to her. Yeah, I can absolutely do both. And no, I ain't on the East Coast. Texas, sweetheart. You need an Alabama man, girl. I'm in Ohio and can do both. Well, I can tell you this. I live in Illinois and the only way to know for sure is to meet up. Let me know. Despite these great guys, she's not going to entertain any one of them. Someone finally says, Idaho is full of great women who can multitask and they all hang with men who can do the same. Exactly. Why would great men want to be with her when they can be with great women who are childless and fit or thin?
So I asked my friends 5 reasons that I'm still single. Let's unpack this together, okay? First one being Abby, my best friend since childhood. 1, you don't deal with disrespect. That is true. 2, sometimes I dodge red flags like it's my job, respectfully. Unfortunately, very true. Number 3, you don't have time for bullshit. I just simply do not. I don't. Even if I was dodging red flags, I would eventually figure it out and be like, I'm out of here. Number 4, SoundCloud rappers. Unfortunately, this goes without saying, I somehow have ended up talking to at least 5 SoundCloud rappers of some sort, musicians in my lifetime. I don't know what magnet is on my head to be doing that, but I don't want any part of it. Number 5, Hinge boys. Hinge boys. You guys know the deal, okay? Everybody on Hinge, trash. Mostly trash. Number 6, Chipotle has my heart. It does. Like, if you can't beat Chipotle, I don't want it. We have my other friend Lauren from back home in Pittsburgh. She says, 1, too hot to handle. She's right. Number 2, ass so fat, boys can't hang. Also right. Number 3, Marshall's your number 1 boy forever and always. That is my dog. That is so true. Number 4, their jokes aren't as funny as yours and they're insecure. Yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest, I really think, like, they say that whenever you're in a relationship with someone or you're hanging out with someone and you're like, oh my god, I feel so safe, or like things feel so good, are you actually having a fun time, or is it you that's causing the fun time? It is me that's probably causing the fun time with anyone that I'm hanging out with. So 100% funnier than anyone I hang out with. Number 5, you're a boss and they're all losers. Yeah, unfortunately, because if I had a winner, they'd be sitting here right by my side right now and I wouldn't be single. So yes, that is correct. Number 6, you're such a fun time. They'll go into shock because no one compares. A lot of them probably are sitting there like cardiac arrest right now because they're like, where's Michaela at? I don't make the rules. Number 7, it's still time to have fun and get as much Mick as you can. So funny.
The last reason is why she's single. Every worthwhile guy knows she's for the streets. She said it on camera to the world. She, like most modern women who are hoes, think they're too good for everyone despite being the neighborhood bicycle. She has stated many times one way or the other she's a great time. That's not a relationship value. It's a hookup or friends with benefits type of value. Party chicks are for parties because once the parties stop, they're a hangover. She talked about talking to SoundCloud rappers, and this is something a lot of modern women will do. They'll try to build something with a struggle rapper, Ray Ray or Pookie, who barely passed the 5th grade, but they refuse to build with someone who's building a legit business or working up the ladder in a real career. What do the comments think? Top comment, I dated a rapper. I was like, no, you're not. He's like, yeah, I have a song and video with insert rapper's name, then we YouTube it. I was like, dated as in past tense. If she really did date him. Usually, women will say they dated someone to cover up what they actually did. In this case, she probably hooked up with the rapper like Get Flown Out or did a friends with benefits for a period of time. It just goes to show, women come across a high value man, exactly what they want, and they fumble the bag because they don't know how to keep him. Another comment, you are one bad bitch queen shit only. The woman in the video responded with 3 hearts. A queen only screws the king, not the whole town below the castle. These thoughts have no problem outing themselves on the internet. Do they not know the internet is forever? Do they know men can read comments and watch videos? Another comment. Love the fact that Marshall is your number 1, and if you ask me, I would say it's because you have actual standards and expect more than just the bear. She responded, true, thanks bestie. These women will raise these animals like they're kids. Dogs and cats are additions to a family, not the center of it. And they're similar to men jerking off. It will ruin the motivation to actually get the real thing. In men's case, get the woman. And the woman's case, when raising pets like kids, it stunts them from getting actual kids of their own. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.